awakening the Titan within. There comes a moment in every life when the familiar cocoon of routine cracks wide open, revealing a vast landscape of possibility beyond anything previously known. In that instant, a flash of insight occurs so profound it shatters the self-imposed limitations that once confined you. In the space of a heartbeat, it becomes clear that true greatness is not bestowed by titles, positions, or circumstances, but is forged in the hidden workshop of the mind. It is here, in the silent sanctum of thought, that the seeds of every triumph and every treasure first take root. Imagine standing at the edge of a great river, its current invisible in the dark. Beneath your feet, it surges with unstoppable power, capable of propelling boats across oceans or smashing barriers into dust. That is the force of your own mind, quiet in appearance, yet monumental in effect, when channeled with clarity and conviction. In that inner arena, dimly lit by our daily concerns, lies a dormant force waiting to awaken the Titan that resides within each of us. This Titan is no grand metaphor. It is the raw energy of burning desire rippling beneath the surface of ordinary consciousness. Yet like unrefined ore, desire must be quenched and tempered by purpose, belief, and unrelenting discipline before it can yield the pure gold of achievement. Over the pages that follow, I will guide you through a grand expedition of self-discovery and mastery. Together we will uncover the spark that ignites your deepest longing, transforming mere wishing into an obsession that drives unwavering action. Forge a blueprint of purpose, casting your goals in the sharpest relief so that your mind, body, and soul unite in singular pursuit. Master the alchemy of thought and emotion, learning the secret language by which your subconscious mind pulls resources from your vast storehouse of advanced cognition. Cultivate an unyielding persistence, turning every setback into a stepping stone on the path to triumph. This odyssey demands honesty. You will need to confront the hidden fears and doubts that have sown discord in your life. It demands courage. You will call upon reserves of strength you may not yet know you possess. And it demands vigilance. The journey is as long as the mind is restless, and its rewards are measured not in trophies but in the limitless expansion of your own capacity. Yet for those who press on, embracing the challenges with open hearts and resolute minds, the rewards are nothing short of miraculous. You will step into a realm where you are the master of your fate, free to shape reality itself and to stand atop the summit of your potential with the wind of possibility at your back. Definiteness requires you to articulate your aim with crystal clarity, specify the precise outcome, the measurable metric, and the contextual details that transform abstract wants into a tangible target. All-consuming obsession roots your desire so deeply that all competing impulses shrivel away. Your mind, body, and spirit align in singular pursuit, and even the roar of the external world becomes background noise to your inner directive. Without the synergy of these three pillars, your desire remains an unwatered seed destined never to sprout. But when combined, they catalyze a metamorphosis. Dormant ambition bursts forth in vibrant growth, steering every fiber of your being toward inevitable realization, nurturing the seed. A seed does not flourish without nourishment, and your desire requires deliberate cultivation, conscious visualization. Each morning, spend 5 minutes vividly envisioning your desired outcome. See every detail, the environment, the faces of supporters, the subtle emotions coursing through you. Let this mental rehearsal infuse the seed with life-giving energy. Emotional infusion. Stir your emotions as you would add water to earth. Pour in gratitude for the success you are manifesting, excitement for the journey, and confidence in your ability to fulfill the vision. Emotion is the water that coaxes the seed into sprouting, focused affirmation. Craft a concise statement that embodies your goal. I am achieving specific result by date through method. Repeat it aloud with fervor, at least twice daily, imprinting the seed deeper into the subconscious substrate. Environmental alignment. Surround yourself with stimuli that reinforce your desire. Fill your workspace with images, quotes, or artifacts that embody your goal. Cultivate relationships with individuals whose energy and ambitions resonate with your own. The invisible architecture of destiny. As you practice these disciplines, you will observe subtle but profound shifts. Your attention will naturally gravitate toward resources and opportunities that align with your goal. Your decisions, once scattered, will coalesce around actions that forward your objective. Your actions will gain momentum, as if propelled by an unseen current beneath your conscious intent. This is the unseen architecture of destiny at work. Your subconscious mind, nurtured by burning desire, silently reconfiguring circumstances to manifest the blueprint you have planted, from seed to sapling to summit. Remember that every towering oak was once an unassuming acorn. Each step you take, no matter how small, is an act of cultivation. Daily micro-actions identify one small, meaningful task each morning that directly advances your goal. Execute it with precision and pride. 2. Weekly reflection. At the end of each week, review your progress. Celebrate the sprouts, ideas refined, connections made, habits strengthened. Adjust your approach where the soil feels barren. 3. Monthly milestones. Set intermediate targets that mark your growth. Each milestone is a sapling ascending toward the sky, evidence of your seed's relentless expansion. Now steel yourself for the voyage. Let us cast aside hesitation, ignite the fires of ambition, and awaken the titan within. 1. The primordial seed, cultivating burning desire. In the vast expanse of human potential, every monumental journey commences with a single hidden seed, an almost imperceptible mote of purpose buried deep within the fertile soil of your consciousness. At first glance, this seed may appear inconsequential, yet within its core lies the latent force capable of igniting worlds. This is burning desire, a magnetic, singular aspiration so powerful that it eclipses every trivial distraction, illuminating the darkest corridors of doubt with its intense radiance. The anatomy of burning desire. To elevate mere longing into an unstoppable inferno, desire must embody 3 interdependent qualities. 1, unrelenting intensity. This transcends casual ambition. Intensity means your desire haunts your waking hours, infuses your dreams, and stamps itself indelibly on your will. It is not a flicker, but a raging blaze that consumes complacency and fuels every thought with urgency. 2. Absolute definiteness. Vague hopes evaporate in the face of life's demands. Through this cyclical process of planting, nurturing, and harvesting insights, your burning desire grows from a hidden seed to a commanding presence, until one day you look up and realize you have reached a summit you once only dared to imagine. The 5 degrees of manifestation, structuring your inner world. Imagine birthing a star. Its core pulses with energy, yet without the gravitational bonds to hold it together. That star would dissipate into the void. Your burning desire mirrors this cosmic phenomenon. It surges with potential, but without a framework of iron degrees, it will scatter into mere fantasy. These degrees are the scaffold upon which your inner universe stabilizes, forging chaos into order, passion into progress. Degree 1, crystal clear definition. An archer does not release an arrow toward a blurred horizon. The target must be etched in sharp relief. So it is with your goals. Definiteness is the lens that focuses mental energy into a laser of productivity. The more specific your vision, the less energy your mind wastes in ambiguity. Define the what precisely, name your objective, revenue, achievement, personal milestone. Vague aspirations are dreams. Definite aims are blueprints. Define the how. Outline the method or path you believe will guide you, even if preliminary. The plan bows to the clarity of your intent. Define the why. Uncover the emotional core, your reason for pursuing this goal. The why amplifies your commitment when the going turns arduous. Exercise. Create a 3-part statement. I will what by how, because why. Recite it daily, infusing each word with conviction until it becomes a mantra etched into your neural pathways. Degree 2, the price of admission. Nothing of lasting value is attained on borrowed time or half-hearted effort. The price of admission is the currency you exchange for your dream, hours of work, emotional resilience, growth of skill, or the relinquishment of comfort. Acknowledging this up front transforms sacrifice from burden into badge of honor. Catalog your costs. List every resource you will invest. Education, mentorship, networking, trial and error. Awareness breeds acceptance. Embrace the grind. View arduous tasks not as obstacles, but as rites of passage forging your capabilities. Reframe pain as power. The struggle refines your character. Your commitment is validated through perseverance. Exercise in your journal. Write, "I am willing to give up" list in exchange for your goal. Read it when doubt tempts you to retreat. Reaffirming your unbreakable covenant. Degree 3, the immutable deadline. Time is the great sculptor, carving reality with relentless precision. Without a date of reckoning, your ambition floats like a vessel without a port. A deadline converts potential energy into kinetic force. Intensify urgency. If your deadline feels distant, compress it. Urgency is the rocket fuel of action. Create sub-deadlines. Break your timeline into weekly and monthly checkpoints. These micro-deadlines generate consistent traction, public accountability. Share your timeline with a trusted peer or mentor. External pressure amplifies internal resolve. Exercise, draft a reverse chronology timeline. Affix it where you can see it on your wall, in your planner. So every glance reminds you that each day carries the potency of your promise. Degree 4, the covenant in ink. Words spoken vanish like mist. Words scribed in ink endure as stone. By codifying your vision, plan, and promises, you bind your mind to a contract with yourself and the universe. Manifesto Creation offer a one-page proclamation declaring your mission, methods, and metrics. Sign and date it ceremonially. Visual anchors. Integrate images, symbols, or sketches that represent your goal. Transform abstract concepts into tangible emblems. Daily ritual. Begin and end each day by reading your manifesto aloud, feeling the weight and possibility of each syllable. Exercise. Host a brief signing ceremony. Gather your finest pen and paper. Immerse yourself in the significance of this act and commit your vision to permanence. Degree 5, unconquerable persistence. If the other degrees erect your structure, persistence is the mortar that binds each stone. It is the indefatigable will that continues hammering when logic whispers retreat. Persistence is not mere repetition. It is strategic endurance. Adaptive tenacity. When a method falters, adapt but never abandon the pursuit. Every setback is a data point guiding a refined approach. Energy management. Cultivate physical and mental stamina through rest, nutrition, and focused recovery. Milestone celebrations. Recognize and reward every achievement, no matter how modest. These celebrations reinforce your drive. Exercise. Maintain a persistence log. For every challenge faced, note your response, the outcome, and the lesson learned. Over time, this chronicle becomes a testament to your evolving mastery. Heat, pressure, and gravity combine to birth the most brilliant stars. So, too, with these 5 degrees, harnessing your desire, they stabilize, structure, and elevate it into the resplendent force that lights your path. Build upon this foundation and watch as your inner world reshapes the outer one into the reflection of your highest aspirations. 3. The subconscious crucible. Forging ideas into form. Beneath the surface of conscious thought lies a vast hidden forge, the subconscious mind, where every idea, impulse, and emotion is suffused with transformative power. Imagine a subterranean workshop, cavernous and humming with energy, where raw materials are melted and recast into new forms. This is where your thoughts are alchemized into tangible outcomes. The conscious mind acts as the architect, drafting the blueprint of your aspirations. The subconscious is the master craftsman, shaping reality from those schematics in silence and darkness. It archives every sensory impression and emotional nuance, storing them like precious blueprints. When properly directed, it coordinates an orchestra of mental, emotional, and even physical resources to bring your vision into existence. How the crucible works. 1. Filtration of input. Every sight, sound, and sensation you encounter is registered by your subconscious. It does not discriminate. Both fear-laden warnings and hope-infused dreams are cataloged. What you feed it daily becomes the raw material for creation. 2. Emotional imprinting. The subconscious responds not to logic alone, but to emotion. When a thought spark is ignited by strong feeling, joy, anticipation, conviction, it triggers the forge's furnace, generating the heat needed to meld intentions into reality. 3, continuous operation. Unlike the conscious mind, which rests with sleep and silence, the subconscious labors around the clock. It sifts through memories, links patterns, and arranges opportunities even as you dream. 4, connection to a higher power. Through a process beyond current scientific explanation, the subconscious taps into the universal reservoir of intelligence. It draws down insights, ideas, and synchronistic encounters, presenting them to your conscious awareness as sudden inspirations or aha moments, engaging your inner craftsman. To harness this subterranean power, you must become a skilled conductor. Morning practice. As you awake, sit in quiet stillness for 10 minutes. Close your eyes and project your goals into the crucible, infusing them with emotion and clarity. Visualize the outcome as already achieved. Smell it, taste it, feel its texture. Noon realignment. At midday, pause for a brief reflective exercise. Breathe deeply, observe any doubts or distractions creeping in, and replace them with a single potent affirmation tied to your prime objective. Evening resonance. Before sleep, replay your successes and progress. Gracefully acknowledge setbacks and then refeed the forge with refined intentions, adjusted plans, and renewed faith. Environmental primers. Surround your workspace with subtle cues, a symbolic object, a fragrance, or a note that triggers the subconscious to re-enter the workshop, ready to construct and refine your goals. Over time, these rituals align your conscious intentions and subconscious operations, forging a seamless assembly line from thought to reality. You'll notice serendipitous meetings, unexpected solutions, and an effortless momentum that seems to spring from nowhere but quietly emerges from within. This is the subconscious crucible at work, silently, steadily refining your desires into the living sculpture of your life. 4, the alchemy of emotion, yeast in the bread of ambition. While rational plans map the terrain of possibility, it is emotion that fuels the journey, transforming cold strategy into living momentum. Think of emotion as the yeast in a loaf of bread, invisible in small quantities, yet essential to cause expansion, lightness, and life. Without the catalytic spark of feeling, even the most meticulously charted course remains inert, words on paper rather than pathways to triumph. The power of positive emotions. Within you reside a palette of emotional pigments, each hue capable of painting your reality in vivid color. 5 primary emotions serve as the most potent catalysts, stirring the subconscious into action and infusing every effort with vitality. 1, desire. The initial spark, desire, is the magnetic force that draws your focus and channels energy toward a single point. It is the heat that cracks the shell of hesitation. Without genuine desire, motivation flickers. With it, you become unstoppable. 2, faith, more than hope. Faith is the bedrock conviction that your goals are inevitable. It is the assurance that turns yearning into expectancy, transforming passive dreaming into active anticipation, and aligning your subconscious with solutions yet unseen. 3, love. True love for your purpose transcends selfish ambition. It electrifies your efforts with compassion, creativity, and resilience. Love softens resistance, opens doors of collaboration, and multiplies the potency of every action by linking it to something larger than self. 4, enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is the radiant intensity that draws others into your orbit. It is contagious, inspiring teams, partners, and mentors to invest their best in your vision. When you move with genuine enthusiasm, even formidable obstacles become opportunities for creative triumph. 5, hope. Hope is the guiding star that shines brightest when night is darkest. It sustains you through setbacks and renews your courage when the path grows steep. By cherishing hope, you maintain forward motion, knowing that every trial carries the seed of learning. The corrosive shadows of negativity. Yet for every buoyant emotion, a counterpart lurks in the shadows: fear, jealousy, anger, greed, and hatred. These corrosive feelings act as solvents, dissolving your determination and polluting the subconscious workshop. To guard against them, identification, keep a brief emotion log. Note each moment of negativity and the trigger behind it. This awareness is the first step toward mastery. Reframing, consciously reinterpret negative impulses as signals for growth. If jealousy arises, let it reveal an unmet desire for mastery or acknowledgement. Substitution, immediately counter a negative thought with a positive alternative. Convert fear into curiosity, envy into admiration, and resentment into gratitude. Rituals to cultivate emotional mastery. Emotion does not flourish by accident. It requires ritual and repetition. Integrate these practices into your daily life to ensure your inner furnace burns brightly. 1. Morning heart check, 5 minutes. Upon waking, place a hand on your heart, close your eyes, and breathe deeply. Ask yourself, what emotion will guide me today? Choose consciously. Today, I will lead with enthusiasm and hope. Feel the selected emotion permeate your chest. 2. Activation. Pause midday. Midway through your day, pause for 60 seconds. Reflect on how you feel, energized, drained. If negativity seeps in, visualize its opposite, replace self-doubt with faith, frustration with patience, then return to action. 3. Evening gratitude ritual. 10 minutes. Before sleep, list 3 moments when positive emotions served you: a small victory fueled by desire, an insight birthed from hope, or a connection ignited by love. Writing these cements them in your subconscious as building blocks for tomorrow's success. 4. Emotional environment. Surround your workspace with triggers of positivity, photos of meaningful moments, quotes that spark courage, or even a small object that reminds you of your purpose. Each glance reinforces the emotional soil in which your desires grow. Exercises to deepen emotional resonance. Emotion mapping. Draw a simple chart with your 5 key emotions on one axis and daily experiences on the other. At day's end, mark where each emotion was strongest. Use this to fine-tune your routines and interactions. Storytelling practice. Describe your goal as a hero's journey, emphasizing the emotional transformation from struggle to triumph. Narrating this story aloud reprograms your subconscious to expect an epic resolution. Collaborative infusion. Once a week, share your energy with a trusted peer. Express genuine enthusiasm for their endeavors and invite them to reciprocate. Emotional synergy amplifies both your motivations. The alchemy in action. When these rituals and exercises become habitual, you will notice a subtle but profound shift. Your decision-making accelerates, guided by emotional clarity rather than indecision. Your creative problem-solving blossoms, sparked by the combination of desire's heat and hope's light. Your relationships deepen as others are drawn to the authenticity of your emotional presence. By mastering the alchemy of emotion, you transform your mental laboratory into a dynamic forge, where the raw elements of desire and aspiration are continuously refined into the gold of achievement. 5. Faith unshaken, the keystone of creation. True, absolute, and ultimate faith is with God. Today, I speak of another faith, the belief you have in yourself to transform. Faith is the invisible architecture upon which every lasting achievement must be constructed. If burning desire is the spark and emotion the tinder, then faith is the roaring conflagration that dissolves mortal boundaries and compels the subconscious to marshal resources from realms unseen. It is not mere optimism, but a dynamic force, a living electrical current that suffuses every cell of your being with the unshakable expectation of success. The nature of faith. Conviction beyond evidence, faith defies the limitations of present circumstances. Even when the path ahead is obscured by shadows of doubt, faith illuminates the next step with unwavering brilliance. Alignment of will and imagination. Faith occurs when your imagination's vivid portrayal of success meets the resolute determination of your will. This union sends a clear command to your subconscious. This is inevitable, magnet for opportunity. A mind charged with faith attracts ideas, people, and circumstances that reflect its inner certainty. Charisma, confidence, and creativity flourish in its presence. Cultivating unshakable faith. To forge faith into a tool of creation, you must practice these disciplines daily. 1. Self-hypnosis ritual. Write a concise affirmation in the present tense, reflecting your goal as already attained. Example, I am earning $250,000 by December 31st through my dedicated venture. Each morning and evening, speak it aloud with vigor, insisting upon its reality. Infuse every syllable with belief, as if recounting a lived experience. Envision the fulfillment. so keenly that your body responds with genuine emotion, goosebumps, a warm glow, a rush of gratitude. 2. Sensory visualization. Close your eyes and reconstruct your goal in the richest sensory detail. Sight, the environment, colors, lighting, sound, the applause, the ambient hum, the voices around you. Touch, the texture of objects, the firmness of a handshake, the comfort of a chair. Smell and taste the aroma of a celebratory meal, the crisp air of achievement. Emotion, the swell of pride, the calm assurance that this moment is your reality. This immersive practice rewires your neural pathways, aligning them with the frequencies of attainment. 3. Proof gathering. Faith thrives on evidence. Maintain a faith ledger, record every small victory from a spark of insight to a milestone reached. Document how you overcame doubts or setbacks. Revisit these entries weekly to witness the unfolding of your intentions. 4. Cultivate evidence in action. Convert belief into tangible behaviors. Act as if you already possess your goal. Dress, speak, and move with the demeanor of success. Engage in decisions that align with your vision, even when resources seem scarce. Seek feedback and adapt swiftly, trusting that each course correction is informed by experience, insight, and evolving clarity. Overcoming doubt and fear. Doubt and fear are the gravest adversaries of faith. To neutralize them, name them, identify specific fears. There's a fear I've lacked the skill to expand my venture. Challenge them, question the validity of these doubts. What evidence do I truly have? Replace them, introduce a counter-belief supported by small wins. Each refutation chips away at the fortress of fear, faith in collective endeavor. Faith is not isolated to solitary visionaries. In group dynamics, shared faith creates synergistic momentum. Lead with conviction. When you step into a room with calm assurance, you elevate the collective belief, reaffirm shared goals. Regularly communicate the vision with collaborators using affirmations and group visualizations. Recognize collective wins. Celebrate team achievements to reinforce mutual faith in the mission. Exercises to reinforce faith. Morning mantra sessions. Spend uninterrupted minutes after waking to envision and repeat your affirmation, eyes closed, standing tall. Midday reality check. At noon, pause to visualize a completed milestone. Experience its impact on your day. Evening gratitude reflection. Note 3 ways faith guided you today, however subtle. With these practices, faith evolves from an abstract concept into a disciplined art, a keystone that holds the entire edifice of your aspirations aloft. In its radiant glow, the impossible becomes inevitable, and your destiny yields to the force of your unyielding belief.